Hello and welcome to Twenties Aplenty. In this week's Headhunter Chronicles, the group make their way into Axemouth and play a game inspired by pinning the tail on the donkey. We hope you enjoy this week's session. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe, or leave a comment below.
We travel and roll, our intentions are good. Maybe we fight, at times polite. It's DnD.
So, when last we set off, Bardus Ironbeard had just been uncovered as the murderer of Chimo and Dulo. The group explored their plan as to how to get themselves overboard and reach shore. Lucy suggested that perhaps he could cast water breathing on everybody and then they could just walk along the bottom of the ocean. Bardus and Karen could also be persuaded to join the group. So Bardus, his punishment was that he was going to be thrown overboard a couple of miles from shore. Karen was going to get the option as to whether or not he wanted to join him or not, given he had murdered Chima in her honour. Korsk and Varric headed down to speak to Bardus, making their way down a corridor past numerous Goliath guards, about 20 of them, before reaching his cell. Varric asked guards if they could give him some privacy while they discussed matters. He informed Bardus that he was going to be thrown overboard and that the group could help him get to shore safely in exchange for help with a few tasks they had in Axemouth. He eventually agreed, providing Lucy didn't antagonise him. The next morning, after breakfast, the captain's whistle blew. Everybody gathered on deck. Bardus was charged, tried and sentenced in the blink of an eye. The group had moved a bit closer to the edge of the ship, ready and within range so Lucy could cast water breathing on the two people being thrown overboard and themselves. Bardus was shoved overboard and everybody else jumped as well, apart from Lucy, who went in search of their equipment. He stuffed Bardus and Karen's gear into his pants before grabbing a hogshead of gunpowder, stuffing that in as well, opened a porthole and jumped. The journey to shore was relatively slow. They sank deep down, about 300-400 meters to the surface. Eventually, the surface began to slope upwards. As they were about 20 meters from the surface, they could see that it suddenly went dark. Something was floating above them. As they continued on, the water became murky. Upon seeing the murkiness of the water, Varric headed to the surface to get his bearings, realizing that they were actually in a flow of sewage that was flowing down the river towards them. They eventually made it to shore. One side was a cliff on the right-hand side, which was where the stronghold was, and then the other side was beach. They cleaned themselves up, dried themselves off, and then started heading up the river to seek out the entrance to the water inlet. Guards had been posted along the river. They snuck down the river to find the point where the water inlet was. Amanita appeared, pretending to be a lost child, trying to distract the guard. The guard was communicating with his senior, who told him to stay in his post. Lucy, meanwhile, was trying to get the grate off the inlet. Bardus and Korsk headed to finish off the guard. But before Korsk could even draw his blade, Bardus had already killed him. Korsk decided he'd try and dispose of the body by melting it with acid. and managing to get rid of its arms and its legs and the bones in its torso, but not the torso itself. He was pondering whether or not he should use a different type of acid when Lucy and Bardus had actually managed to melt the welds on the grate. They wrapped the body in a bedsheet, put it down Lucy's trousers in the pants, and headed into the tunnel. Lucy, carrying the grate, turned for Bardus's help, but Bardus, Marcus, and Karen had all slipped down a waterfall at the end of the tunnel. Cleo grabbed the grate, and Lucy fixed the welds. Led by Varric, the group all made their way down the slope. They found Marcus clinging onto the side of the tunnel, an elevated bit that made a path, but he hadn't quite got the strength against the current to pull himself up. Bardus and Karen were nowhere to be found. The group gathered themselves and started exploring, at which point they heard first Karen's voice beckoning one of the group, Korsk I think it was, to come in their direction. Next Lucy heard Bardus, and then finally Varric heard Bardus as well, beckoning them in their direction. Varric and Cleo didn't like that they seemed to be mysteriously being drawn to a particular location without any explanation. It's quite a tight tunnel, and the feeling of a trap. Korsk lit a stone and skimmed it down the stream, landing at the surface. Not long after it had settled on the surface, still shining, a dark shadow passed over it. Lucy hadn't seen this and just thought the others were just being overcautious, so started walking in the direction, or heading in the direction of the light. Korsk fired a fairy fire spell in front of Lucy, revealing on the surface of the water a number of what looked like snakes. Suddenly this giant beast, tentacled with a beak, a bit like a giant octopus, but with things on its back, almost as though it had been kind of collecting a horde, appeared in front of Lucy, and the group started the battle. Eventually, sick of the barrage of spells being hurled towards it, the creature used its telepathic powers to hypnotize some of the group, Amanita and Varric beckoning them towards it, so they were in range of its beak and its tentacles. Once Varric regained his composure, he decided to slip away. A tentacled arm grabbed him, knocking him unconscious, and as it flailed through the air, Cleo unleashed a lightning bolt to strike it, and Lucy. Hurt, the beast disappeared. They headed down to the surface of the water to free Bardus and Karen, and found light. Lucy had a peek out of the ladder, finding they're outside of a barn. Down the road were a number of farmers' fields, prisoners working in the farms with Dragonborn guards. They could see the stronghold in the distance with a town in front of it, in the opposite direction of farmhouse, and the wall. They'd managed to get past the external security. So the group are still within the water irrigation system below the barn. What would you like to do? Korsk, having read up about the irrigation system, knows that there are several manholes and several access points. So you don't have to necessarily come out of that one. In fact, he surmises that potentially there's some in the stronghold as well, should you wish to sneak into the stronghold. So, excuse me, what's the plan?
Was there there was something like a town we saw from the manhole cover, right?
Yeah.
bunch of farms, wasn't it, with slaves working?
So you're currently outside. The manhole is outside the barn. You've not rested, I will add. You're outside a barn. You haven't climbed up yet. Just Lucy's peeked out. There's a farmyard, a farmhouse about 200 yards down the road, and there are fields all over the shop with guards and crag dwarf slaves and other prisoners that are slaves working the farm. Beyond that, there's a town a bit further down the road. The road runs up to the farmhouse. A bit further down the road, there is a town in the distance. You can't make out what's in the town. You can see there's houses and bigger places. It looks like there's some sort of shops or pubs or inns or whatever.
My suggestion would be that either we rest in this tunnel right here, or we go into town, find a tavern, stay overnight, rest up, then come back to the tunnels and go into the keep.
So I will add, which is a correction to the recap. You didn't kill the beast, it just disappeared.
Yep.
And Korsk, I think Cleo had said last time that there's a chance it could come back.
The first option sounds like the better alternative of the two. At the very least, we can get rid of that Dragonborn body, yeah?
Yeah, dump him out and forget about him. He never existed.
Okay, so what's the plan?
I think we're heading up to the surface and then heading towards the town. I think if anyone stops us, we can just show various paper.
Cool. So are you dumping the body? Dumping the body in the water system.
In the beast's lair. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know why, but I kind of liked him.
Beast.
You don't always get to pick your enemies.
I mean, one minute I hated him, the next he just stared right at me, and I don't know. Next thing I know, I'm hugging him.
I think he must have put you under some sort of spell, because I did the same thing, but I don't think that's a good thing.
Oh.
It's a little forward for a first encounter, in any rate.
Definitely. He was very forward.
Not to mention selectively abusive to the rest of us.
So, when we're going up, I recommend that we be stealthy and try and avoid drawing attention to ourselves.
Okay.
Sure. Bardus, you're up.
Are they awake yet, actually? Because we've just pulled them out of the water.
So they're starting to come to. It's like just a few more minutes. Me head.
Come on, when we get to the tavern, you can sleep in your own vomit.
What happened?
We were attacked. You fell down the pipe, and then we were attacked by a monster. It grabbed you, tried to drown you, and then it didn't.
So that's 2 you owe us now, if I recall.
You mean you got rid of the beast, did you?
Yeah.
Not for long enough, anyway.
Darren sat there. I don't know what it was, but it was inside my mind. It showed me things. Terrible things. This was not of this world. Some form of demon spawn or let's move from this place.
That sounds like a good plan.
Couldn't agree more.
Barry gestures to the ladder, but stops Karen and Bardis from going up first, because they fell down first and we lost them immediately, so... Anyone who would like to go first that isn't Bardis or Karen, please feel free.
Corsk rolls his eyes and goes up the ladder. So, am I doing a stealth check right out of the gate then?
Yes, please.
Okay. Not terrible.
Okay. So you manage to lift the manhole cover. Just slide it gently out the way. Enough so you can just sneak out. And then you have a bit of a look around before shoving it across a bit further to let the others out. Could everybody do stealth checks, please?
Could I roll one for Marcus?
Yes, please.
I think we'll be doing a full rest soon, so I might just pop healing word on Varric and Amanita.
Is...
I'm just going to quote it in chat, because I think there's a higher levels thing which I didn't think I'd ever be using.
Uh, 1d4. Let's just go cast them up.
That one's for Varric.
Nice.
Cool.
And that one's for Amanita.
Oh, I see how it is.
Amanita took more damage.
Are you sure?
1 minute, let me check.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was unconscious. Was it who was unconscious? It was Varric, wasn't it?
I think Varric got healed up to 16 or something now, which is
I
about half.
did. Yeah, I got healed up to 14, which is just about half, so...
And I've got a 1 and a 2 left, so I'm out of spells now.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, how are we getting on stealth-wise?
I think everybody has rolled. You need to do clues if you've not done his.
Oh,
And- Bardis and
I've
Karen.
done the other two. It's just I'm on Whisper, so my rolls are on Whisper. So it's stealth. Okay, so that happened. So where are we at? I need to go down to the bottom. So what have we got? We've got Corsk 16, Varric 17, Lucy 13, Marcus 8. Amanita 8. Karen got 11, Cleo got 14, and Bardus got 28. So, Bardus, you can see by instinct, just kind of heads into some long grass as soon as he heads up. Like, just kind of naturally rolls and just ends up in this long grass. Looking around. As Marcus and Amanita make their way up, there's a bit of a kerfuffle. You see one or two glances in your direction. They can't quite see from where they are, they can just see a bunch of people stood there. You can see one of the guards is holding something up to his mouth, talking, looking in your direction.
And then Rachel will then suddenly just shrink down into a mushroom form. Like, oh!
And at that point, there's a pair of Dragonborn. One looks more senior, talking. And one of them starts heading in your direction. He's about a good 50, 100 yards away, I think, in the nearest field.
Right, everyone.
Go on.
On you go. Someone hold your
I was just going to say, Amanita's just running around in a circle. What do we do? What do we do?
Right, well, we need to get our story straight. So we are farmers from Bhutan looking to start a new business up around Axemouth, making farms and just crop dusting.
Right, so we're saying there's a second airship out there.
No, we're here to get our original airship.
Okay.
What if they ask how we got in here?
He's covered half the distance now. Bardus is still in the grass.
Can his companion see him?
Just about. You can see he's got his hand on his blade, red at the ready. You get yourself. He heads over. Thankfully he's not noticed the manhole cover has just been replaced. Evening? Or afternoon, I should say.
Indeed.
You new in these parts?
Yeah.
Thought I hadn't seen you around here. What are you doing in these neck of the woods?
We're here on a bit of a recovery mission. We're here to reclaim or we get our ship.
Interesting. You do realize all the ships are in the dock.
Yeah. It's not like a sea ship though. It's an airship. We use it for dusting our fields up north.
You see a flicker of recognition just pass his eyes as you mention the word airship. Okay, well. Good luck with that one.
Yep, we got.
Do you have
standoff?
Do you have some form of paperwork that gives you the right to be within these walls?
Yep. All here. And over the documentation.
Well, the General's not going to have a domestic on his hands. these all seem to be in order. Can't see can't see it being straightforward getting that ship back though.
Now, I found myself being in quite the situation where nothing is simple anymore, so
Let's just say the generals considered it his personal mode of transport.
yeah, well, he didn't ask us for it. It was kind of just requisitioned from us without us knowing, so
And
We
now-
are at war.
yeah, but we as a collective aren't part of the country, so just say it. It's a little upsetting.
Also, if our paperwork is in order, surely he doesn't have a case to retain it.
You got paperwork signed by a member of the council. That doesn't necessarily mean the whole council agree with that decision. But see how it pans out. I'm sure General Rastar will want word with Miran before giving up his pride and joy. I wouldn't want to be a fly in the room when that conversation happens. But, as I said, good luck with that one. Anyhow, can't have you just wandering around in amongst the fields here. You know, you should stick to the main road by the gate, from the gate to the town.
Yeah, we kind of just did realize it was all so restricted, you know. I thought we were kind of just, once we were past the gate, we could have a bit of a nosy and wander around. We didn't mean to cause any trouble, of course. We were just curious.
Everybody do a perception check, please.
Uh-oh. Marcus is not on the ball today.
So, Lucy and Korsk. At this point, when he starts questioning why you are where you are, you see Bardus draw his knife. Still in the grass. What do you do?
I suppose Korsk will take Lucy by the elbow and stand the two of them in between Bardus and the guard, as though we're just trying to talk to him.
Oh, anything you want, my friends? Perhaps I should get you a couple of escorts to take you to the road. Obviously, you're lost.
Could you recommend the best board for the evening?
Well, the only foreigners normally permitted in the town are mercenaries, so I guess you'll be staying where they stay. There's a bunkhouse, several bunkhouses actually, but it's all warm business. Two gold pieces per person per night. Beds are hard, and you don't get a private room. You're in a dormitory.
Right, that sounds like mighty fine accommodation for a mercenary.
I would also make sure you stay to the one tavern that allows non-dragonborn. That will be the Sweepers Legion.
Right. Well, why don't other taverns accept travelers? I'm sure you get a lot of them coming through, so it seems a bit strange to limit the choices.
Each tavern is is free to allow who and what sort of clientele they determine.
I don't disagree with that by any means. I'm just saying you seem like you're kind of passing off a big bunch of money coming through just to one particular tavern. It doesn't quite make sense.
Would you allow a bunch of Drafanians in your tavern if you owned one?
Oh yeah, but then I would just say no Drafanians allowed and specify it at them.
And what about the Drow? They fight.
Yeah, they fight the Drafanians.
And the half-orcs? There's a little bit of where do you stop? Where do you draw the line? The Sweepers Legion is where the Sweeper Corps are frequent. You know, they're there to clean up after the battle. Just, you know, it's basic tavern, but they keep it right. They keep it right. They're experts in their field. You know, they know how to set the place up to avoid the mess, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
So, about those guards.
Sure, I would be happy to get led, and I'm sure my group here would be happy to be led to the lodging. I don't think we're going to hit the tavern just yet.
Sergeant, we have a couple of mercenary strays hanging around. Well, not mercenaries, but you know what I mean. They're non-dragonborn born. They seem to have got lost. Can you send a couple of guards over here just to, you know, show them back to the road? And then a few. Roger that. I'll send a couple over now. Okie doke, thank you very much. And 5 minutes later, copper dragonborn male and a golden dragonborn female in shiny armor make their way up the road. You show these two good people. You show these good bunch of people back to the road, please, if you don't mind. Seem to have got lost. They're here on an appointment. They've got permission from Miran. Yeah, paperwork all seems in order. They may have a bit of problem if the request in that paperwork being carried out, but we'll leave that to the general to sort out. Okay, so you guys take care, stay out of trouble, stay away from those Drafanians, and hope you have a good stay.
Thanks.
And he begins
Is
to
there-
wander off.
Is there a way for Bardus to follow us?
Or
kind of-
he'll just keep to the grass
Okay.
with a knife going.
Where's Karen at the minute? Is she like just standing
She's
with
with
us?
She's
Yeah.
with you.
I was thinking we're going to have to come up with some kind of contrivance for why one of our number was lost in the fields.
So, you walking towards the road?
Yeah, I think following the guard at the minute is probably the best idea for the group.
So you take about 15 minutes. You get the impression that the guards are quite intimate with each other. They know each other quite well. but it's awkward. There's some sort of almost like they used to be in a relationship but aren't anymore, that sort of feeling. It's just kind of like they're quite quiet, but every now and again they kind of share a glance.
So the guy, thanks for taking us to the road there. We didn't catch your names though.
Oh, you didn't?
Well, I'm Vorak, and it's nice to meet you. I'm from up north. This is my farming group. We're pretty successful,
Kind of strange for a farmer group to have armor, don't you think?
Protect ourselves on the roads. Not all of us are farmhands, but some of us are.
And he eyes Karen and Marcus. Yeah. I can see that as much. Okay. You're at it again, aren't you? I'm not. I don't have a problem. I'm just seeing what everybody else is thinking. And what's that? Well, we don't know who they are. The sergeant said... The lieutenant said they had paperwork. I don't care about their paperwork. They could be spies for all we know. Here we go with the conspiracy theories yet again. How about we just follow orders and get on with our lives rather than have to see the bad in everybody? I tell you, there's something not right here. No offense, by the way.
Yeah, none taken. I totally understand suspicion of anyone who isn't Dragonborn.
See? He's not denying it. We just take them to the road. Well, but when they're burning the town down, it's on you, okay? Not me, you. So they continue to walk towards the town, towards the road. Here you go. Just make sure you stay on the right-hand side when you're walking. That's where the carts will expect you to be, and the wagons. Yeah?
Alright. Much appreciated, by the way. Thank you so much.
You get many jaywalkers out here?
Well, they don't last for long. Those that do. Mercenaries and the like some of them think they're indestructible and they get completely wiped out.
Fair enough.
That's what it is, isn't it? Anyway, we need to get back to our posts. Keep out of trouble.
Of course.
Turns and they start walking back. You see the female shrug the male away as he puts his hand on her shoulder. And then he's kind of gesticulating us into, what? What did I do wrong? And then she's like pointing at him threateningly as they walk away. So you're now on the road. It's probably going to take you an hour to walk into town, I think. Is there anything you'd like to talk about during that hour?
Oh, is there people around? Like, how many people are close by?
You see a few people in the fields. Bardus is still in the grass.
So, Varric.
Hmm.
Should I know you don't like it when I do it, but the guard maybe mentioned the general might try and contact your mother. And that chat probably won't go well unless we can control what she says.
Well, my thinking on it was if we can get him isolated within a room in his office on his own or something like that, we could just stop him before the conversation even happens.
The general of the entire Dragonborn army on his own.
Yeah, he'll have an office.
Okay, well, backup plan, I can turn into your mother and, I don't know, should I berate him? Or should we be more on the friendly side?
To be honest, I'm not even sure my mother's relationship with him, so your guess would be as good as mine. I'll leave it up to you to decide, but this is the only time I'm giving you permission to be my mother. Only time.
I mean, the berating option sounds like the most fun.
But it's about what's most believable.
You don't know what their relationship is.
Yeah.
Okay. That'll be tough. Well, okay, we'll go for your plan first, and then if that doesn't work, I guess.
Yeah.
There's always the lipstick.
I really don't want to see you kiss him as my mother.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I'll leave the room while you do it.
Okay.
So, plan is, we get to wherever he is, find him, and if we can isolate him, we'll isolate him in his office. And as he goes to try and talk, I'll freeze him. We stab him multiple times in the back and chest. We leave with the ship.
Speaking of the shirt.
Cool.
Speaking of the shirt. That should be our first priority, shouldn't it? After all, we can use the paperwork simply to gain access to most of the required areas and set plans in motion so that we can lift off as cleanly as possible. I imagine after we confront Razdar, everything's going to come to a head very quickly.
Yeah, probably. I mean, save his body being discovered. We could just stuff him in the pants.
His absence will almost certainly be noted, though.
For sure, but they won't know what happened to him.
Yeah, but as the newcomers, we will be the first ones under suspicion. I mean, that guard back there was barely concealing his distaste.
What about... Yeah.
I've never known you to be such a killer.
Right. I'm only like this because, one, we discovered he's caused a lot of problems for my home country. Two, he's married my mom. I mean, that's gross in itself. Three, he's a psychopath. Obviously, if he's willing to kill thousands upon thousands of Dragonborn soldiers. All for what? This hammerhead, which may grant him extra power?
I guess that's understandable.
Yeah.
While all this is going on, Karen is muttering to herself softly. looking down at the ground as she's doing it. You can you can't really work out the words.
Is it in any particular language? But would we know?
It's just quiet. It's just quiet.
What you up to?
She continues.
Oh, I know. You're doing what you used to do. You don't have to do that because I got a cape.
Bardus is like, you hear this voice from the grass going, "What are you on about?"
Praying!
Aye, she'll be asking for more for a sign.
Oh,
Show you the way.
she shouldn't bother.
Well,
You don't get what you want. I tried it. It didn't work.
it's not about doing what you want to, is it? It's about doing what you feel is right.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that.
If you ask God for something selfish, you will not get it. If you ask for something for the greater good,
I mean, it is
You
for
will.
the greater good having shiny things. Because then we can buy things for other people.
aye, maybe. Maybe the God doesn't see it that way, though.
Hmm. With that, Amanita turns back into her fairy form.
Could you all roll a perception check, please?
Natural
Mark.
4 for Marcus and a 7 for Varric is never good.
Aha. So Marcus, Lucy, and Amanita all hear another couple of voices in the grass. About 10-15 yards away. You work out it's a pair of dwarves, crack dwarves, working, but managing to get some time out of the guards. Line of sight to take a bit of a breather.
Why would they let crag dwarves in? I thought they were at war. That's Lucy.
Prisoners of war. They'll be forcing them to work the fields. There'll be others. There'll be workhouses and all sorts.
How come they don't fight back?
Well, some might not be capable. Might have been hobbled or bewitched or might have seen too many of their kin be slaughtered to want to tempt the same fate. You've now passed voices and you can hear them off kind of behind you.
one should be slaves. It's not nice, no matter how bad they are.
Yet, those fighting wars always take slaves, always take prisoners of war. And those fighting war always claim to be on the right side.
I don't like it one bit.
Not I. But we are where we are. So you all continue down. As you get towards the edge of the town, you get to the point where the grass goes down to being cut really short, at which point Bardus kind of dips out of the grass and into the middle of the crowd of people that you're in. And you come across two guards who acknowledge you as you go past. The town itself is fairly humble. Generally wooden buildings. There is a number of cottages, obviously to house local workers, like farmers and people who are running the operations side of the businesses that are there. As you walk through, you notice a number of buildings that take your eye. You walk past a simple wooded building that is now kind of turned like a grey hue, with an old sign on it that's kind of peeling paint that reads the Sweepers Legion. A little bit further down the road is a well-kept establishment with a number of ladies stood outside that look quite kind of proper and have quite what looks like a dragonborns, and also there's a couple of drow, a tiefling, all in kind of what looks like ball gowns, frilly kind of ground thing. Above the door, the word swordplay is written. In the middle of the town, which seems to be the central building, is a large, other than the actual wall itself, the only stone building that is there, which is made of red sandstone protruding out of the earth. Seems to be 3 stories. You can hear almost like machinery or some sort of activity coming from the building. And then to the other side of that, you can see one of the many bunkhouses. As you walk past the bunkhouse, you can see in that particular bunkhouse's window, it says strictly no Drafanians. So, what would you like to do?
Let's stop in there. At least then we know we won't have any problems.
Okay, is that where you're headed?
There's no disagreement with the group thing, I think, yeah.
Okay. So...
I wonder where they're going. They look so nicely dressed.
Or the ladies at the thing.
Yeah, the fancy dress ones, the sword bladed, you see.
Yeah. I think that it definitely going somewhere.
Ooh.
Ardus, and Kost slaps him on the back of the head.
I think we would be invited or be allowed to attend.
Trust me, love, you don't want to go where they're going.
Why not?
Let's just say they're going all the way. Several times.
Yeah.
It's a sailor's house, Amanita. It's not a
Oh, the where people express their love.
yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Wouldn't quite say it's for love.
Anything's for love if there's money involved. Anyway, let's get some rooms. Am I right, guys? Let's go.
So you
Just quickly breezing past that subject.
you knock on the door. It's like a walnut door of a kind of house. It's looks like kind of oak build. The door swings open. And you see this green dragonborn lady. Why, hello. What can I do for you? You after rooms?
Yeah, we're looking for
beds, I should say.
Yeah, beds for a week, I think. Would probably be best.
Well, it's pay as you go. You never know when somebody's gonna cark it in this business. So 2 gold pieces per person per night. You pay a day in advance. So, how many of you are there? 8?
Myself, my friend Lucy, and Anita, Chorus.
Yeah, names doesn't matter as long as I've got the money.
Yeah, 8 of us. So,
Okay, so 16 gold pieces. That's for tonight. Tomorrow morning at breakfast, you pay for tomorrow. Okay. You get bed, you get breakfast, and that is it.
Just breakfast.
Okay, and I will ask you that during the day, you do not spend any time. You do not hang around. You go off and do your business. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, because we've got cleaning to do. You know, sometimes we need to clean up a bit of blood and what have you, depending on what. But oh yeah, hopefully that's not the case because there's no Drafanians here. But you know, you never know. You never know. Disputes do happen. Right. So, are you wanting to all have beds in the same area of the dormitory?
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Okay. So there's this corner over here. It's not very popular because there's no windows, but in this particular corner, that is, there's plenty of light from around though. You just don't get to see outside. But yeah, I can, and it is next to the bathroom. But you know, there's no smell. There's a door there. Well, it smells once you're through the door, but once you're in bed, you won't even notice it, unless somebody opens the door now and again. Just make sure nobody leaves the door open, okay?
All right. Is it like bunk beds or is it single beds side by side?
Just military dormitories, single beds side by side.
All right, cool. I hand over 16 gold pieces.
Okay. I will warn you to always take your belongings with you if anything is left in the dormitory. Well, if anything's left in the dormitory, it gets tidied away, okay?
Yep, I'll make sure none of us leave anything behind.
Okay. If you're after any equipment, my brother, he runs the mercenaries outfitters, so you can pop there and see what he's got. He normally has the standard selection of stuff, but now and again he gets 1 or 2 kind of finer items that looking at you guys you might be interested in. But you never know. You never know. You never know what knickknacks come his way. All depends on, who carks it, really.
Yeah. Good to know our stuff will be sold on for a good price.
Well, yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully not. But should you, at least you can live in comfort there. It'll have a good home once you leave this place. Should you leave this place. Anyhow, I'll leave you to get settled. Breakfast is at 6 sharp. It will be served for half an hour. If you miss it, you miss it, okay?
Great, good to know.
Amanita whispers under her breath. I got so many rolls. It's no fun.
I have a question.
Yes, my red friend.
So you said the room doesn't have a window. What
The
happens
room
if
has a window. I mean, you're in the room now. The room does have windows. You're just not sleeping near them, okay?
What if someone added a window?
Then you'd be looking into the kitchen.
Really?
Yes, my friend.
Can I add a window?
I'm not sure it would be in the interests of future guests, to be honest.
Okay. Also, where is this shop you were talking about?
It's just around the corner. You'll see it. It's the only mercenaries outfitters in Axemouth.
Okay. Might be good to check that out. See if they have got anything that's they've picked up received over the years. I don't know. There might be something.
She promptly turns and walks off.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't particularly like it in this city.
Too many rolls.
Yeah.
That's what you get when you're surrounded in military types. That's the problem.
Racism veiled in rules.
Sorry?
Racism veiled with rules.
Aye, well. You never know. At least it doesn't say no dwarves, eh? And he slaps Warwick on the back.
Yeah. Yeah, at least don't say that.
So
Although,
what time is it?
I can't quite place your accent, Warwick. Where is it you hail from?
I'm not from a dwarven country. I'm born outside of it. So I'm a dwarf by race and association. I'm not dwarf by blood, I guess.
By heritage. Oh, okay. I'll explain it then. Maybe you can tell me about it over a drink one day.
Yeah,
When you're
I'd love to.
So, what are we doing?
Well, we're not allowed to hang around.
Did we go to that shop?
We could do.
Or do we have time to rest up a bit first, or is it still too early for that?
It's probably about 6 in the evening.
Okay.
Perhaps we could go and find somewhere to rest that's not here. If you want to have a short rest.
Well, we might as well just go to the shop then and see what we can find.
It's a bit late. Yeah, if it's open, we'll go. So I'm happy to swing by if it's open. If it might be closed in the time.
At this point, the landlady is promptly left.
I hope she didn't overhear me saying I didn't like the city.
Sorry?
I hope she didn't overhear me saying I didn't like the city.
She's heard worse.
We could try and see if the shop's open. If it's not, we'll just find a tavern or something.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. If everyone else is.
Yeah, sure.
So you head out.
Just before we do, I'm going to mention to Bardis. Bardis, just out of everyone's interest, if you happen to clock any Drafanians while we're out and about, please make yourself promptly invisible as best you can.
He just nods at you.
Thanks.
So, you head outside, following the directions that the lady gave you, and you find this guy just starting to put shutters on his door, on his windows.
Hello, friend.
Oh, hi there. What can I do for you?
We heard you're the man to come see about Kit.
Okay. Yeah. I was just starting to lock up. Been a slow day, but yeah, you more than welcome to come in and look at my wares. Most of the stuff is kind of, we're big into recycling here, Sweepers Legion, they find stuff on the battlefield, we pay for it, and then repair it, sell it on. It's a bit of a lucky dip. What you get mainly, it's things like long swords, few dwarven axes, depending on what battle's being cleaned up afterwards and whether or not how much of an advance the enemy made. Sometimes some bows and arrows if there's been some kind of some sort of spellcaster on the other side. And now and again, the odd magical item.
Would you have maybe... Yeah, magic items sound cool. What kind of things have you found?
Generally, it's just all sorts, really. I mean, what sort of thing are you interested in? I mean, weapons, kind of rings, necklaces. What are you after?
What have you got?
Well, from a weapons perspective, I mean, we've got weapons that kind of provide extra kind of wounds that bleed a lot. You stab them with them, and then they take a while to heal. They won't clot. We've got numerous poison weapons. From a cloak perspective, we've got a few. We've got this thing with patches where you throw patches and you it creates items. We've got some boots of elven kind. We've got a cloak of elven kind. Things of other knickknacks. We've got the bottle of oil of slipperiness, hat of disguise.
A hat of disguise, you say?
Yeah.
May I see it?
Yeah. So, he brings out this kind of hat that it's kind of like Robin Hood type hat with a feather coming out of it. But it's like one of the big ostrich feathers, like that's on Korsk's Cavalier thing. It's green. He goes, yeah, you put it on, and he puts it on himself, and he goes, of course it won't work at the moment because you gotta kind of get used to it, but the sort of thing it would do is you can, disguise what you look like.
You mean like this, and I'll just turn myself into the shopkeeper?
You know what? Exactly like that. You're a man of some talents, my friend. So yeah, we there's that. Well, I don't know. There's this thing here. And he goes rifling through a drawer and pulls out a piece of tissue paper about that big, something wrapped up.
Well, you are there.
Well, I don't know if it's magic as such, but and he pulls out this piece of polished green stone. But it's like a lucky charm.
Oh, it looks pretty.
Yeah. Tends to be worn in people's pockets while they thing. But yeah, seems quite popular. I had a lot of interest in it.
Yeah.
But given they're reasonably uncommon, it'd probably be about 500 gold pieces if somebody was to want this particular stone. It, as I say, it's supposed to grant you good luck.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that. What about you guys? Anything that picks your fancy?
I like the hat.
The hat? We could get those two. Amnita, course. Anything from what you described that you might be interested in?
The boots are... Alright, I'll just say. I would really like the boots, but don't worry yourself on my account, Lucy. I can figure something out.
Good. Well, we might as well treat ourselves, why not? Amnita, what about you? Anything you'd like?
I'm just having a think.
answer Jess's question, the rarest thing he has is uncommon at this point.
Okay. That's why. Okay.
But noted for a later date. And sometimes it takes a while for me to note it and then come back with it. Doesn't it? Doesn't it, Charlie?
Maybe. Very excited though.
And you have to go looking for it.
Yeah. That's why every place we've gone, I've looked in every single shop we've come back.
I would just say, when you are purchasing items, you need to be wary of the attunement rules on the number of items that you can attune to.
Yep.
And redistribute items if needs be.
Yep. Definitely. Keeping an eye. I've kept a slot open for that particular item.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the artificer rules, I'm going to have a real backlog on attunement with some of the stuff I'm looking at. Because most of the infusions require attunements as well.
So you've got so what we after? The hat of disguise,
The stone and the boots, did you say, Course?
and the boots.
Yes.
Jess,
She's alright. She's
Sure.
better. No, I'm okay.
sure. Bardus is kind of going, what weapons you got? I like the idea of the wounding thing. Well, I don't know. What sort of things are you after? I tend to go with axes. Don't have any magical axes at this. Don't have many magical axes at this point. Oh, do you not? Thought you said you collected dwarven stuff as well. Well, let's just say they don't carry many magical items in this day and age. Why? Okay. So be it then. And that is that.
Okay, so how
So
much?
three items. Well, let's just say 500 for the stone, 600 for the hat, 750 for the boots.
So if you guys want, I can take it out the group fund for those two items. Lucy's more than happy to use his own cash for the stone. So 1350 for the hat and shoes.
So what did I say? 600 and
750.
yeah, that's right.
If you guys want, I can try to haggle, or if you're happy enough, we can just buy it.
I mean, we're buying everything kind of on bulk here, you know what I mean? We're buying everything together, so maybe a bit of a discount.
Oh, he's asking for 1850. How about 1700 for the lot?
What else are you buying?
The stone, the boots, and the hat.
All right. Instead of 1800.
50. Just
Sorry.
1700. Instead of 1850, 1700.
Do your persuasion check with advantage. Given you've got the scarf on, I would guess.
Yep.
Ooh, there it is.
Natural 20.
Well, now, usually I wouldn't, but seeing as I'm closing up and it's been a slow day, give me 1750. All yours.
Sounds good. We'll go for that.
Okay. So
Well, minus everything. So 1250.
you give him the gold. You stick him wherever you stick him. And you head out and he continues his locking.
Barrett's gonna take the hat immediately and
Corsk will quickly take the boots before they end up in the pants of holding.
Oh yeah, See, that's fine. Lucy is obsessed with this one little thing that he's now going to put in his pocket and wait for a moment to get to know it a bit.
What is that stone, Lucy? Just out of curiosity.
Well, if it's what I think it is, it will really help me out. I think it's called a luck stone.
Oh,
You know, sometimes I've been unlucky at times during our adventures, and I thought it might be a bit handy.
Properties for protection against misfortune. It's very potent when used by the right kind of mage. Yeah.
Sorry, Stone of Good Luck, Luck Stone. It's either one.
Yeah. You get a +1 bonus to ability checks and saving throws, basically.
Yeah.
That is good.
With us, that is very handy. It'll take me some time to get attuned to it.
Hat of Disguise was it? Sorry.
Hat of Disguise, yeah.
I'm actually very chuffed with the boots because this was one of the infusions I decided I wouldn't be going with.
So, where are you going next?
Do we have time to kill to check out areas around the fort, or are we too far away?
You do. Basically, it is a rectangular structure. There are a number of square kind of towers protruding out the top. The front of it is a wall, and then the actual building itself is kind of far backing onto the cliff, kind of one side, and the back end is along cliff face before it opens up to the town. It is a sandstone building. Well, no, actually, it's more of a greystone building, to be honest. It looks a little bit out of place.
Just to check my mental image, is it a bit like when they design castles? It's like you've got an outer wall and then you've got a keep on the inside as well.
Yeah, that's that kind of thing. But the outer wall is just around the front.
Okay.
But there is only one entrance, which is the front gate, by the look of it.
Yeah. So we won't get time to go around the jail and where the airship is being kept and where all of our relevant targets are.
Do a do a perception check, actually.
Oh wow.
Okay. So as you're kind of looking from a distance, you can see on top of the keep there is a blue glow emanating up, and you think you can see the top of the mast.
Corsica will tap Varric on the shoulder and just gesture with a nod of his head.
Yeah.
I wonder if they've got somewhere that we can get cleaned up. Because we probably smell very bad after that, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, Amanita. I think maybe finding like a bathhouse or something.
So I will add, you've just been in the clean water of the irrigation system.
Yeah.
So you kind of had a cold bath.
Still like behind the ears and stuff. Yeah.
That stuff stains.
Stains, yeah.
I hope you're not wearing a white shirt.
And what I wear underneath my coats, yeah. White shirts.
Yeah, Corsica might have been wearing a city shirt once, but it's tattered beyond recognition now. And discoloured.
Yeah, you can see Karen's armour is kind of largely dirty, apart from like her holy symbol, which she's basically it's like sludge spray smeared across the armour, apart from this tiny circle where the holy symbol is, where she's just bothered to clean it.
I think you need to polish your armor too.
I'll get to it. I guess once we have your airship, I can do that once we're in the air. Assuming I don't get travel sickness, of course.
Yeah, good luck avoiding that.
It's not so bad. It's nothing like. It's just like riding a ship.
With our captain, it's like being on a ship in the stormy waves with that kraken after us.
We were in a storm for most of that journey down here. So, I don't think he was that bad.
I'm still not convinced that isn't our captain's piloting, though.
Well, a little bit of both. So, are we going to try and find a bathhouse? Lucy, do you want to try and find a bathhouse with us, or are we going to...
Could do with a wash.
Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go to ask?
We'll go to the bunkhouse. Ask the lady.
Okay.
That sounds like a great idea.
So you go up and make your way in. Howdy, can I help you?
If you haven't noticed, we look a bit like shit, and I was hoping we could potentially find a bathhouse near here that would serve us.
Well, all I've got to say is the only place where there's public baths is sword play. I wouldn't recommend it.
You've
It'll
got to be
cost you an
kidding.
arm and a leg to get a bath in there. You get a hell of a, you get scents and all sorts. Like you know, it'll be a hell of a bath. But, yeah, I'm not quite sure they do baths without attention as well. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. What price range are we talking for? Just out of curiosity, just...
Borak.
Hey, look.
Couple $100 gold pieces each.
A couple of $100 gold
Right.
pieces.
Do you have like a big pot we could use?
That would fit a person. A bath, perhaps.
Not that I want that shit that's all over you in.
We'll clean it off.
I don't care. I'm going to use that for porridge in the morning.
You not got like a big tub or something? I don't. Metal would be great, but if not,
No.
I have an idea. And with that, Lucy will go outside and just create a bonfire, get his small pot of water, fill it with water, and wait for it to boil.
Okay. So you stood outside. What's everybody else doing while you're boiling water?
So, while we wait for that plan to mature, I don't suppose there's security around the irrigation systems around here.
Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason at all. To the rest of the group, and not to the lady we've been talking to. I don't suppose anyone would mind if some of the water was quietly siphoned off.
I think it comes in such quantities, I don't see it mattering too much.
Take a look around, see what I can find out.
Well, there are public water supplies there's a well with a pump on it.
How long does it take for the pump to work?
Well, it depends where you want to fill, really. I mean, cooking pot probably take 10 minutes. Or, there's the pumping station in the workhouse. You could visit there and see if they're willing to fill a couple of pots up for you. Now and again, if we're in a stick, then we'll go there if there's a big queue for the well, for example.
I mean, if we got a big enough pot, I can fill it up with water.
I think Lucy might be thinking along those lines with his mug. He might give everybody a hot shower, I guess.
Well, to that end, then, excuse me, ma'am, do you have like a sieve or colander that you're not using?
It's okay, I've got an idea.
Oh,
If Lucy pours out the water, I can use my spell. So it's as if we're in a bath, but it don't need a container.
Like a sauna?
Yeah,
alright.
it's like a pool, but without the pool. But we might need to go somewhere private. I don't want to, you get my drift.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, totally get it. Lucy, let's pack up from the street, go find maybe a field that doesn't have anyone working in it. Or something.
With that, Lucy says, okay, and just grabs the pot that's on the fire and starts walking away, probably singeing his hands and dropping it.
So Lucy just...
You said it!
How hot is the pan at this point in time?
Depends how long it's been sitting on a bonfire. It's made of metal.
Is the water boiling?
Depends how long has it been.
5 minutes?
Maybe?
It's probably not.
Probably hot. Probably really hot, but not boiling, I would say.
Yeah.
So I will add, because you're resistant to fire, the way in which I'm interpreting that is that you don't feel the heat as much as other people do.
So I can carry it fine?
If it feels hot to you, it's scorching to them.
Yep. It's a bit warm, guys. So let's hurry up.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Fields, I guess. Either that or a backyard someone's not attending.
Last time we were in the field, we got told to not be in a field.
Well, all the public areas are going to have watchers.
I've seen some stables nearby. Perhaps you could use An empty stall.
That's a great idea.
Oh, with the way the stalls are set up, I just had a mental image of, oh god. It is literally like a public shower with dividers in between.
Yeah, like the half walls.
So, you make your way to stables. And you can see a line of donkeys being led away from the stables as you approach.
Wow, that looks like a lot of free rooms just happened to crop up.
So, do we have to ask somebody to use these, or
Other than the guy who's leading the donkeys away, there is nobody around.
Alright, like on operation, ladies and gentlemen. Quick and efficient.
Well, I still need to boil the water, but so campfire, put the pot down, and just shake his hands a bit.
I mean, Cleo, if you have your spell, your black growth spell, you can create a little dome for us to have a secret bar.
As you go on. No, okay. So as you begin to boil the water, you can see there's quite a lot of flies flying around. You could smell manure coming from some of the stalls, but some of the stalls you can see clearly have been mucked out.
Oh, sorry, was that a request for a spell for me?
Cleo.
Okay.
No, I think we'll be fine in the stores. We just need to make sure that we can either divide the water between us or somehow.
I think we can just keep refilling. Like, if you want, after everyone uses it.
If we got enough water, I can split it up.
I mean, it's 20 gallons, isn't it, Lucy, in the cup?
I think so. Let me double check.
When you're ready, just
20
let
gallons,
me know.
I've probably got, 18 left, I think. For today, anyway.
2 gallons per person, roughly.
We could do 3 per person, yeah. We
It's
still have some
alright.
spare.
It's not a concentration spell either, so you can have one each. I just keep passing it. And you have it for... it doesn't say. So, we ready?
There's one thing I don't have in my many items is soap.
You never showered without soap before?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, we can find I can find something herbal, like some lavender or something.
I mean, the way I kind of see it is if we're too clean, we won't fit in well enough around here.
Fair enough. I do have some dried fruit, if anyone wants a bit of scent. But,
Sure, why not?
Bardus reaches inside his thing and I found this on the floor in the cell of the ship. It's a bar of soap.
we go.
I bent over and picked it up and thought it might be useful.
1 bar of soap between 8 people.
Yeah, just make sure you don't stick your hair into it. Nothing worse than a bar of soap with hair wrapped around it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm so used to cleaning my beard and hair. Yeah, I'll make sure that doesn't happen.
Are we ready?
Okay. So you all start. So I'm assuming you all start having a shower. Lucy kind of tipping the jug over, and Amanita directing it into the different stalls.
Yep. It's a big bubble.
And
With your head just poking.
Of just below boiling water.
as you're doing this, you can hear a cart pull up. And you can hear in stalls, there's like rows of stalls. You're in one row. In the next row, you can hear almost like somebody unloading sacks of grain from the cart and just dumping them into the stalls behind you. This kind of causes quite a lot of flies to up and start flying around, disturbed. You hear another cart, and the same thing happens, and another cart, and the same thing happens. And then you're finished. Undisturbed, other than that. There's quite a few flies flying around. The smell of manure seems extra rotten at the moment. The flies seem to be in a bit of a frenzy because of it.
Amanita, before she gets in, she would have gone through her herbal kit and got a few nice smelling herbs. Put it in with her little bubble of like a bath bubble, like where it's up to her neck there. Like, nice one.
I'm glad I hid that soap away when I was in the shower. It's even useful in the end. Don't think there's any left now though. But hey-ho.
I was going to say I could have maybe made more, but it's fine. It's good.
Anyway.
As we finish, as you guys finish, Amanita will then move the water to create a barrier to stop the flies from attracting like a dome.
Cool.
That little barrier.
So what are we doing now?
Eric is having a hard time braiding his beard as well. He's doing just nice.
Do you want some help?
Yeah, please, Amanita. Thank you.
She might stick a few flowers in there as well.
I think Korska's taking the opportunity of the water wall to brush his teeth with it. And a toothbrush.
Cool. So what are we doing next?
Is it rest time yet?
Probably. Given the hour and kind of how everything is, I think probably get some rest and kick things off tomorrow.
So it's probably about 8 p.m. now. You spent a couple of hours shopping and bathing.
Excuse me.
I'm not sure the lady will accept us back at this point.
Well, at 8 o'clock is...
There's 10 hours till breakfast. I mean, that's not that long.
You can test.
Don't tell me she's expecting us to be enjoying the nightlife.
Yeah, I think if we tell her, no, we just want to go to sleep. She might be alright with it, I guess.
Well, I think this might be... I think the nightlife might give us some intel, though, in what we may encounter.
Yeah, I guess.
I sincerely hope you're talking about the tavern, but yes.
Oh, aye. None of that shady shenanigans. I'm a one-woman dwarf.
I can tell.
At that comment, Karen looks mightily uncomfortable.
Lucy just leans over to Var and goes, technically no woman dwarf, but okay.
Ooh.
Shots fired.
Anyway,
Critical damage.
perhaps we can have a short rest in the tavern and get something to eat.
Sure, I'm just concerned about Drafanian problems is all. I really don't want to run into them, and if we're here, so are they. Yeah.
Possibly. We can always stake out.
Yeah.
See if we recognize anybody.
I'm glad when you said that, because Lucy was going to say something about maybe running into people, but he rolled a natural 1. This is why I need that stone.
As long as we keep to the corner of the pub and keep our heads down, I don't imagine anyone should take a special amount of interest.
Yeah.
Well, you say that, but it's not our group leader who's been murdered for whatever reason, so we'll be careful, I think. I think is the main idea, right?
As far as Jim is concerned, these two went over the side of the ship, and that was that. I don't see any reason for her to be looking out for us around here.
Abibo.
Damn.
Yes, well. I suspect they would want their own justice. The answer to that question is yes. That still would have made your 1 or 2, though.
Yeah.
But it's in general, that is why I need the stone.
Yeah. So, are we heading to the tavern then?
Yeah.
So you head back past.
I want to try and keep an eye out for like anyone we recognize on the way there.
Okay. So you see a few Drafanians, but none that you recognise. You see a few Drow, but none that you recognise. You get the impression that those that land to go straight to the front line are literally whipped away and done something. You get the impression that these people that you're encountering have already been to battle and then returned, and then will go off again. They're just having while the legions they support are back. They will they need somewhere to stay and what have you, and we'll have some downtime. So you reach the bar, the tavern. On the door is a thing saying, Axemouth's only mercenary-friendly tavern. There are 2 Dragonborn, fairly bulky Dragonborn guards. One's bronze, one's black. You walk up. Evening.
Hi, could we get around to your strongest?
So they're at the door, they're the doorman.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Evening.
So you slip inside. So inside is that kind of rough greying wood. It lines the walls. It's very kind of basic. There's tables, there's benches all the way around the edge. There's a square bar in the middle with a broad muscular dragonborn. He's got silver rings around his frill. So it's almost like having rings there, but kind of wherever there's a little tusk coming out, he's got rings hanging down. The walls and ceilings seem to have brooms hanging off them, and different sorts of brushes. You can see a sign at the back of the thing in chalkboard. Ale, 2 gold pieces. Water, 5 gold pieces. Don't ask for anything else. There are a number of people. A short, square-looking human male waiting at the bar. There's a number of drow sat, none of which you recognise. A number of Drafanians sat over the other end, with 1 or 2 other kind of doormen stood in between that look more like Goliaths. The Drafanians sat in one corner, drows in the other, both at the front end of the tavern. There's some spare seats towards the back on the left. Apart from an old human who looks kind of familiar with a brown hooded robe, smoking a pipe. You recognise it almost instantly as Gavid. But you don't see anybody else from the Maelstrom's bitch. There's a number of half-orcs. A number of... there is 1 or 2 dragonborn in there as well. What do you do?
Who wants drinks? Well, say that to the group, not announce that across the bar.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, I'll find us a table.
That might be an acceptable way to start. Corsair's keeping his eye on Gavid.
So the barman's there and goes, "Right then, who's next?" And he looks at you.
Hi.
Hi there.
Can I get I kind of shout over to Bardas and Karen. Are you guys wanting drinks or not really? So to Bardas and Karen, shouting across to them.
Hey, I'll have one. I'll have a water, please.
Hi. Can I get 2 waters and 6 ales, please?
Well, yeah, no problem. And are you guys wanting some broth?
What kind of broth is it?
Donkey?
Sure.
It's all right. It tastes a bit like beef.
All right.
You'll be fine.
We'll have 7 of them. Good broth.
Okay, why don't you picky eater then? And he's... And as you finish, so the broth's like 1 gold piece each. The ales are 2 gold pieces each. So that's 7 plus 12, 19 plus 2 waters, which is 10, so 29.
29 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Expensive town.
As you turn to head back towards the bar where everybody else is sat. The square-looking human, kind of about 5 foot, but 5 foot wide and 5 foot tall. Turns. And says, "Here, what's your problem like?"
What?
What's your problem? Pushing in like that.
Pushing in, eh?
Yeah, it's my turn.
Right.
I'll write you.
I'm sure this isn't the fact you want to be picking me, friend.
Do you know who I am?
Don't care.
Do you know who I am?
No.
Do you know who I am?
I kind of look to my table. I just kind of give Lucy a look.
Lucy's coming over. Hiya.
Are you wanting to fight?
You're an angry
Lucy.
little man.
Yeah, what a man. I know. I gotta drop these drinks off, so I'll be back in just 2 seconds, Lucy.
Oh, okay. Cool, so what? I guess I'll continue the conversation.
That's
What do
kind
your friend think he's doing? Pushing in like that.
What do you mean?
It's my turn.
For what?
At the bar.
Maybe they didn't spot you.
Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am?
No, but do you know who I
Then
am?
they're even. And then I'll just walk away.
And then, to which he then pushes you.
Oh, you should have done that.
Do you know who I am?
This is a small man, correct? First one, is it? Cool.
I'm Bonnie Liquorink.
Sorry, say that again, and I'll just lean down so I can hear him.
Bonnie
And punch
Liquorink.
him in the face.
You want to fight then? Come on, bare naked wrestling outside.
Fine.
Why is it naked?
Maybe he likes me, I don't know.
And he takes you outside where there's this.
I will need someone to hold my stuff.
I put the pints down, I come running outside.
Amanita comes as well, intrigued to see.
He immediately he takes you to this wrestling ring, and he immediately starts to strip off. And somebody's like, "Oh, Bonnie's at it again." Oh.
It's okay. I don't know why he wants me naked, but this is what's happening.
So he's standing there naked with his kind of fists. Come on then.
Okay.
And then he tries to grab hold of you. Could you do a strength save, please?
Have we been in the bar for an hour yet?
No, for about 2 minutes.
Exactly.
Ordered pints and stew.
Oh, no. 10.
Okay. You are grappled. Okay.
How long has it been since we had the bath?
About 30 minutes since you set off back.
Okay. I'm just wondering if I would still be moist, but no.
Could you do a another strength save, please?
Crit.
Oh, you managed to struggle out of his grip.
Okay.
Could you do a strength? Could you do an athletics check, please?
Nah. One.
You make some sort of vain attempt to try and grab hold of him, and he just dodges you. Could you do a strength? Could you do a strength save, please?
Imagine it's just this tall man trying to chase this child-sized creature around. And they just run.
Val,
Oh,
I think I've got an idea.
What's your idea, Amanita?
So
Shall I do it?
he then tries to say he then tries to grab hold of you, but then just ends up slapping you across the chest. It doesn't really hurt.
Go
It's
for
like-
it, Amanita.
Okay. Could you do a strength check? Could you do an athletics check, please?
oh no.
After
Let's
this
go higher than a
last
one.
one.
That's higher than a 1.
Right. Okay. So you try and grab him, and he just kind of pushes you out of the way. Could you do a strength save, please?
I think Amanita's...
After they've done that last one, Amanita's then going to shrink him.
Me?
Oh,
No,
die.
the guy.
What are you doing?
Hey, I didn't do that. Oh, why is he straight? What's this? What's going on?
pun him, Lucy. Pun him across the room.
And I'll kick him.
What was that? You'll kick him?
I'll kick him. Yeah, as soon as Varric says punt him, I'll just kick him.
So you kick him. And it's like kicking a rock.
Oh,
It's almost like he's smaller, he's just more dense. And
Did you tell me to kick him?
I thought he'd go far.
you actually inflict a hit point on your foot because you kicked him.
Wait a minute.
You got broken too.
Wait a minute.
So
Does that
technically
count
you
as-
did. No, because you did it to
Oh.
yourself.
Okay. Just about to
Okay,
set this small
so
thing up.
what? Has he got a disadvantage on stuff now, or is it just...
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember
twice
what from.
small.
So could you roll a strength save, please?
So the small guy has disadvantage on strength checks and saving throws. Nice.
So he tries to grab you, and you just slip out of it. Could you do an athletics check, please?
On, make it good. I need to pick him up and throw him. 16.
You grab hold of him. Are you wanting to throw him, are you?
I want to pick him up and lob him.
Okay. So do a strength check
Oh.
with advantage because he's small now.
Sorry, I'll do it twice. 17.
Okay, so you manage to pick him up. You want to do another? Do you want to do an athletics check to throw him?
Just flat athletics.
Yeah.
10.
Okay. You end up dropping him.
Good enough.
Then tries to grab hold of your leg, but misses. Come on. Do you want to do an athletics check?
Yeah. 8.
Okay. You try and pick him up, but it's almost like your back's starting to go.
It's now turned into mud wrestling. It's so fucked up, neither of us can pick each other up.
He tries to he tries to grab hold of you, but you just slip out of his grasp.
You know what? I want to try for the kick again. Try again.
Okay.
Feeling it's time. What one is that I'm rolling for?
So I would say just do a athletics check.
Oh. 6. I have broke a toe.
Same thing. Okay, so he rolled poorly again. So he's tried to grab hold of your leg as you kicked but missed. Do you want to try another athletics check?
I'll try and just pick him up, and then I'll do something else if I'd manage it.
Okay.
So athletics.
Do an athletics too.
11.
Okay, so. Okay, so you managed to pick him up.
Okay. Then, seeing as throwing didn't work...
You've managed to grapple him. Do you want to do a strength check to see if you can pick him up?
Yeah.
And then athletics to roll. Okay, so you picked him up. Do you want to do athletics to throw?
Well, see, seeing as the throw didn't work and the kick didn't work, all Lucy's going to do now is, while he's grabbed him and holding him, jump and slap him into the ground.
Oh.
Okay.
Athletics?
Yep.
No!
You jump, and then he just kind of falls on top of you.
I've just had a bad...
This disadvantage thing isn't working great for him. Could you roll a strength save, please?
Oh, man. 15.
Okay, so he does grab hold of you this time.
Okay.
Little tiny version.
And could you do a athletics, another strength save, please? Another strength save.
17.
So he tries to trip you up, but fails miserably. You've managed to wriggle free. What do you want to do now?
Want to try and fly kick dive at this small thing without going over him?
This 2.5 foot tall guy. Just
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do an acrobatics check?
Oh, that's even worse. Oh no. But not bad.
Okay, so he's failed his dex save. So you've kicked him in the head.
Flying kicked him in the head.
You flying kicked him in the head. Do you want to, and you've managed to land. He's kind of looking a bit dazed.
I came up and
He's
throw him.
still standing, but he's looking a bit dazed. He's staggering around.
Lucy, put him in a jar.
Will he fit in a jar? I've not got a jar, I'm naked!
Here, Lucy. Korsk throws you one of his flasks.
I'll try and catch it.
He's not that small, I will add.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Scrappa said that.
I'll just try and pick him up and throw him.
Just break the flask on the back of his head. Or something.
Okay, do you want to do a strength check with advantage? Athletics check with advantage, sorry.
Athletics check with advantage.
With advantage.
11.
Okay, you just about managed to pick him up.
Really? Okay.
Do you want to do a strength? Well, you grab hold of him, just about. Do you want to do a strength check with advantage to lift him up?
14.
Okay, you manage to lift him up above your head because he's not wriggling around like he was. Do you want to do and then do an athletics check with advantage to throw?
Come on, be nice.
Okay, so he's flying through the air and lands in a pile of what looks like camel dung.
Then after doing that, just catch my breath, I'll turn to the crowd and just go, yeah! To the bar.
You get around a unenthusiastic round of applause.
Did he have a purse for a wallet? I'll just ask. I'll just ask the crowd. Did he have any coin on him? Because I think he owes us all a drink.
Somebody throws you a coin purse with about 13 gold in it.
Let's see what we can get. And then I will get dressed again. and go back into the pub.
I'm gonna
Okay.
throw one of the guy's shoes away.
You're gonna what, sorry?
Throw one of the guy's shoes away. Just one.
Yeah, you throw it over the wall. over the kind of wall to the back face of it. You just into some dark alley and you're like, good luck finding that.
As we go in, I'll just turn to Varric. So who was he?
No idea.
Alright.
I give Lucy 50 gold for the show. And the fight.
We now have 63 gold for the kitty. Let's buy some drinks.
I would like to add that if Varric had ended up fighting him, Varric has a -2 on anything strength related, so like, it's just, Varric would have lost immediately.
Lucy was going to walk away, but he pushed me. He shouldn't have pushed me. Oh, well.
That was based on something.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting very tired.
Yeah, I could do with a sleep.
So you've literally just spent half an hour in the pub. You go and sit down, and after you sit down, a couple of kind of formal military people come walking in. Sergeant walks in, kind of up his own arse, asks people to move, well, tells people to move out the way so he can sit at the bar. He's a blue dragonborn. He's second in command is a female yellow dragonborn, who's the one doing the dirty work of moving people out the way, and there's a couple of guards with them. After speaking to the barkeep and getting an ale, just for himself, not for his minions, he turns and he says, "Everybody, it is time for a game of paint the tail on the donkey."
I don't like where this is going.
The winner will receive an important task and the prize of 50 gold pieces. Now, Lieutenant Jagisa here will be handing out slips, numbered 1 to 50. These are to be attached to certain things we are sending to the Crag Dwarf scum when we raid one of their fortresses. I want you to write the best message possible you can think to deliver with the things we throw at them. The winner, selected by me, will get to deliver those messages. And the sum of 50 gold pieces. The task should only take an hour. And I might throw a round of ale in for you and your party. Now, you have 20 minutes to complete your task. I hope you feel inspired. He sits down and starts sipping his ale as the yellow dragonborn, Lieutenant Jagisa, whose name should be familiar, goes round, handing slips out to all the mercenaries. You each get one. You get a ticket with a number on it and a card with the same number on it. And the idea is you write your message and then she'll come round and collect them all. There's no charge to enter. As this is going on, Gavid walks over. Hello again. So you managed to make it here successfully?
But then you had no doubts of that, did you?
No.
You know, you never let on as to what your source was for how you came to find out about our plans. I understand there's a need for professional secrecy, but you make yourself out to be a bit of a dangerous individual, keeping it up for too long.
I protect those who give me my information. That's my only reason for secrecy.
So this is essentially the issue I have with how an individual like yourself came to have that information in the first place. You see, we don't go around sharing our plans with every person we happen across.
What I would say is, inside that pouch, your friend just won, is a pocket. Inside that pocket, you will find a small envelope with a message written on it. Should you win this competition, let's just say you will need to post the message up inside the white piece of, or the white medium that you're writing on. This is a message for a contact in the Dragonborn Fortress. In the Cragdwarf Fortress. You may want to consider whether or not you want to deliver that message. Without disturbing its contents. Should you win, of course.
Alex is looking at him suspiciously, just...
He hasn't been paying attention this whole time. Sorry. He's furiously writing something on this note.
Should we win, then?
Winning might also get you time with Lieutenant Jagise here. Somebody who you may wish to speak to find out a little more about your adventure in the Stronghold.
That wasn't part of the deal.
You have a task relating to her, do you not? You may find a solution to that task if you manage to discuss this with her. The best way to get time with her alone is to win the task.
All right. Sure. No promises.
Very well. And welcome to Axemouth.
Feels like home. And in perfect draconic, Varric is going to write some awful messages on these pink slips.
Such as?
I don't know. Insert awful message here, kind of thing. I can't think.
Lucy's feeling very proud of his right now.
Wayne, sorry, could you remind me what we exactly needed to put on the card again?
So it's like, when in the war, in wars where like they drop bombs and people write messages on bombs, it's similar to that.
The leaflet dropping, gotcha.
Not the leaflet dropping as such, it's just more like, this one's for Adolf type of thing that Americans would write on a bomb.
Yeah, so well, soon scribbled on the side of it like a missile or something.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Lucy will ask Varric if he needs some inspiration.
Nah, I got it.
Yeah.
I definitely have it. Thanks, though, Lucy. Appreciate it.
So,
is it a kingdom, the Cragdorf country, or is it a...
Ooh, you got me there. I need to just check something.
I'm positive you mentioned it before, but I really just can't remember at the minute.
Yeah, I think, actually, if we look in world info in the chat, there is a map.
There is.
And on that map, it should say the Kingdom of the Crags.
So it is a kingdom. So they...
It is a kingdom, yeah.
Is it purple?
I think I'm overthinking this, but is it actually being put on the side of a weapon? Because I think I have an idea for that.
That sort of thing.
Messages on a ballista missile, a ballista arrow. I'll write something.
It's obviously not going to make that much damage, though, if it's a message to read. And there's 50 of these things, so it could be like a stone or something.
I was very proud of that one. Yeah.
Okay. So. We will. Has everybody who wants to write something written something?
I mean, I don't want to write something, but I've had to.
So, the lieutenant walks around and starts gathering up your slips of paper with writing on. And he grabs. She starts bundling them up and giving them to the sergeant, who's looking through them and put them into different piles. Now and again, you're getting and
I I think, just quickly, I think Korska's just very done with the idea of this game, so he hasn't written anything verbally. He's just done a very bad drawing of the Dragonborn officer having intimate relations with a donkey.
Uh-oh.
Yep, that's gonna do something.
Hopefully no one noticed that one was his.
The lieutenant coming around to collect them individually is,
Yeah. You hand her yours and she sees it and she's like... And just tucks it inside her breastplate for later. So he finishes going through and he's like, well, some of you are feeling inspired today, aren't you? So, unfortunately, there are some that are a little require some work. But hey ho, I guess each of them is showing our views towards the cracked dwarves. Hopefully it will intimidate them enough. So they range from things like die, cracked dwarf, scum. Very original. Your hair's gone white because you're scared. Your mum's so short she licked your dad's boots. And to threats like, we'll shake the ground so hard your minds will collapse. I personally like that one as well. So, what else do we have? Do you want to read yours out if you've got one?
I sent it to you.
Yeah, I know you've got one, but has anybody else got one?
No, Amanita is too tired. She'll start writing and she'll like, no.
So Charlie, could
Lucy.
Could Lucy do a performance check, please?
Ooh, that's been a while. 23.
Ooh.
Natural 19.
Or is anybody else doing one, or are we?
I don't think it'd be. Yeah, I don't think it's acceptable for Varric to read his out publicly. He would insert draconian racial slurs for cracked dwarfs here.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I was going to try and come up with something involving taking beards, but I couldn't make it funny, so I just went with the picture instead.
Oh, I have a particular one in mind. So, where are we?
I thought it was funny.
It's crass, but original. Your father was an orc and your mother liked it.
I thought that would work.
Take an inspiration dice for that.
Hey!
Congratulations. Lukey, we have a winner. Lukey, is Lukey anywhere?
I think you mean Lucy.
Oh, yes. Lucy.
That's the
Come
one.
on, who is she? Where is she?
She is a he. You need glasses.
Okay. Lucy. Where is he?
And then just a red guy with horns just waves.
A little wink. Yeah.
Thought I sensed some infernal in there. Okay, very well. Congratulations. You are today's winner. Barkeep, round of drinks for Lucy and his party. Once you've finished your drinks, you can join the lieutenant. You can take your friends with you as well. And you can put your personalized message, as well as those of the others we've collected, onto the asses.
Lucy just turns to Barrett and goes, "What?"
And then he just continues eating his drink. Gavi turns around and says, "Donkeys."
Oh. We're putting the messages on the donkeys, Lucy.
Stab donkeys?
That will be interesting.
And if you particularly wish to deliver that message you found, I would suggest you need to put it where the light of day will not highlight the message before it is slung over the walls of the fort.
What?
Dude, you're sick, man. Like, why?
Hey, if they're determined to waste their livestock, it's their decision at the end of the day.
I wouldn't like to worry this. I wouldn't like to stop the surprise. I ruin the surprise.
Barrick, I don't want to fist a donkey.
I don't want to fist a donkey.
That's today's title.
Yep.
Why are we firing donkeys over the wall? Like, what?
Putting messages in their ass. What? Why?
The ass is ass, no doubt.
They might do like a fist bump really quick, Lucy. Just, that should be fine.
Oh, this is not cool, man.
Because he's just like, you just pretend you're Winston.
That's not funny. Right, where are the donkeys? I want to get this over with and then continue drinking so I can forget.
The sergeant, the lieutenant comes over after a while and shuffles you out of the building and takes you to a familiar place, the stables that you were at. You walk past the row that you were on for the shower. And you can smell that the smell has got worse, that kind of rotting smell. And you find yourself looking into some of the stables, some of the stalls that have piles and piles of dead donkeys. There is different colours of paint and some paintbrushes there. Yes, the sergeant has some warped ideas about how to intimidate and instill fear in the enemies.
Wouldn't just beating them be enough? Why'd you have to send over dead donkeys?
It's the smell, you see. They can't get rid of them.
I just had a wash.
Don't worry. And you see this array of donkeys, and you see a single white one in amongst the brown and the grey. So, I always find a good conversation helps the task. And she starts handing out the notes among the group. Just popping notes out and paint it on the backside as we talk.
Lucy, that white one looks really good for you to do. Maybe even draw like a little arrow.
Sing, man.
What?
You're all painting on donkey. I'm having to fist one. I'm gonna get some sort of trouble here.
You're going to have to what? Sorry?
Nothing. That paint the donkey. That's all.
So, what brings such a ragtag group to Axemouth?
Ask him. I'm just gonna get on with it. Lucy just walks away.
I'm sorry, Lucy. Friends in common is what brought us here. I'm sure.
Interesting. See, I have had no option really with the war. It's one of these things, hereditary. Once you're born into a military family, it's difficult to get away. But I make the most of it.
Yeah.
Still, it'd be good if the Sergeant Bootstrap there wasn't around anymore. That's not his real name, but it's what we call him.
And what might you think would be the best thing to happen to him in order for him to go away?
Well, I guess he gets his comeuppance. I shouldn't be talking like this, but let's just say he's takes advantage of the situation quite a lot. Spends most of his spare time in the ale house or the brothel. So, I guess if his superiors find out about some of his particular appetites, then he may find himself dismissed.
What kind of appetite does he have? Is he perhaps asking for the enemy?
He's not gone that far, but I wouldn't put it past him. He certainly has cultured tastes. Rather rough with it as well, I believe. I would say, given the opportunity, he may indeed go down that road. Donkey is dead, you know. They're all dead. Can't hear you.
Cool. I thought these were live donkeys just standing in a
They're all dead.
Okay. Right,
That would have been grim.
Yeah. See, now you know why I was a bit more like,
When we got there, they were taking away a trail of donkeys. They knew while you were having the shower, they came back with them and started dumping them in the stable next to you. That was the noise you were hearing.
Cool.
Oh.
And then the flies were there because of the rotten because the carcasses were there.
Now,
Okay.
the question I'm asking is, do I push my luck and extend the artwork to the body of the actual donkey?
Why not?
Yep, why not?
Lucy would also like to read the hidden note before he places it in the donkey,
Okay.
just to see what it says. Subtly.
So it talks about it, you slip it open, It's quite small writing, but you gather it is a plan of attack. It's basically the military plans for the forthcoming battle.
Okay. I want to try and commit the note to memory, and then I'll put it where I'm supposed to put it.
Okay.
Finish painting. Finish painting all the donkeys.
Cool.
So, Lieutenant, what was your name again? Sorry.
Lieutenant Arid Jugisa, at your service.
Right. You know many people from the capital?
Not really.
No?
Why'd you ask? You've been out that way.
Yeah, we came from there. We met to some pretty cool guys there.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, one day I may make it out that way. Of course, at the end of the war. Hopefully that'll be soon. Although after hundreds of years, I don't think it's going to be any time soon myself.
Be sooner than you think.
Possibly. But
So, who's your boss's superior, by the way?
he reports to the general.
Razdar, General Razdar.
Indeed. As do the rest of the Brotherhood of the Half Moon.
Oh. Are you part of that brotherhood?
For the moment, no.
Right.
I'm not sure what the Brotherhood intends. Secretive, of course. But not that I should be talking about any of this to you. Probably already said too much.
Yeah, we're friends here. I'm not gonna go spouting stuff. I'm not gonna get myself in trouble for just mentioning someone else. You're among friends here, believe me.
Hopefully that's so. But we all pray for the end of the war. Well, a lot of us. I'm not sure Sergeant Bootstrap does.
Sergeant Bootstrap will have trouble finding what to do with himself after it's over.
Yeah.
Yes, we probably will miss reaping the benefits of states.
This may sound like a really particularly odd kind of question, but do you guys have like a local like winery or wine cellar potentially, or maybe a armory of sorts or something just in the stronghold somewhere?
Yes, there is a cellar, a wine cellar. It is adjacent. It's accessible through the kitchen. Not very many people go there. It's adjacent to the dungeon, but there isn't a direct path. Armory, yes, it's a bit more of a complicated route to get there, but there is an armory on the ground floor next to the strategy room.
Right.
The briefing room. Not that anybody that's non-Dragonborn should be left wandering around the stronghold and
Yeah.
without a guide. Surely you could just ask your guide these things, should you ever be in there.
Would you perchance be available to be our guide at some point? Perhaps give you a bit of a break from your boss as it is?
Well, unfortunately, time off working for Sergeant Bootstrap is not the greatest commodity. That time off that I do get, I tend to spend sleeping, polishing my armor, sharpening my blade. I'm not sure somebody of my rank will be given status of guide, I'm afraid. Much as though I would like to enjoy your company once more, I'm sure.
Well, perhaps we'll get to see you around the fortress at some point, or might run into you again at some point soon.
I hope so. She gives you a warm smile. She looks a little bit puzzled for a moment. And then she just kind of nods. Anyway, how are we getting on with our painting the asses?
Yes. We're doing fine. Just have some gossip while we work.
Very good. Very good. So, we'll get the last few covered off and then we can head back to the tavern.
Oh yeah, we need to get the gold.
Indeed. But he's back at the broom, so we'll collect it when we arrive back. Sorry, I mean the Sweepers Legion.
Yeah.
It's locally known as the Legion of Broom.
They will sweep the cracked doors away.
Indeed. So I imagine, unless you want to talk to her a bit more, I imagine you finish up your job. She takes you back. You know who your mark is now.
Know about the other jobs as well. Yeah.
You know they're in the stronghold. What would you like to do in the last 5 minutes before we say sayonara?
So we head back to the broom, the Sweepers Legion. Get our money, and then
as we get our money, I'll just pat the man on the back with the hand I used, and just great working with you. Hope you're doing all right. We rub on the back, and then I'll walk outside and use maybe 1 gallon of the hot water to just disinfect the arm. One outside.
By this point, it's like lukewarm, but it's still warm enough to wash your hands.
Yeah.
You see a couple of the people approach the bar near him, and then have a couple of sniffs, and then decide to go line up a different part of the bar.
Add it to the group funds.
I buy the lieutenant drink. Just one. I just put the money on the counter for her. Ask for the ale and then nod and leave.
She nods in thanks and sneakily gets the ale and drinks it quickly behind the sergeant's back.
So just nudge Varric and go, you sneaky so-and-so. When did that happen?
Done. Didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's earlier than usual, Varric.
Friends of friends, isn't it?
You remember you're currently a dwarf. just reminding you. The height difference may make it challenging.
I tip the hat to Lucy.
I think when he turns back to his normal self, that will tip the scale.
Yeah. How are you going to do that, by the way?
Oh, I just need money. And I can go back.
Assuming this man has enough of his body parts left.
I really, really hope so. Oh!
This rate, we're going to have to carry him around as a severed head.
Didn't you say that you had a friend who had something similar done and they turned back into a Dragonborn when they died? And that's a question for Lucy or Cleo. Or Marcus as well.
Well, I don't know if it was the same guy or not, but yeah.
Well, it sounded like it.
Maybe, yeah.
The tale he told. Miran wanted to get this young Dragonborn out of the country. She had rainbow hair by the end of it, which was a flaw in the process.
Well, yeah, but like she died and then turned back. I don't really think we want to kill you again.
I cannot.
The first time was scary enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's under controlled circumstances, now hear me out. Control. We do have these.
Yeah, I know, but there's how dead is dead? Is it like irreversible dead and then they turn back, or is it like a little bit dead, but we still can bring them back and maybe they'll turn
At this
back?
point, Karen, having been quiet for most of the evening, turns around and says, I suggest you do not gamble with the gods.
I do that all the time.
Life is precious. We should not idly throw it away, thinking that you will be blessed again as you have been in the past. Be thankful that you were brought back once.
The boundaries between life and death are a very complicated affair, even for alchemists. You never know kind of where the threshold truly lies between death and life, if there even is a threshold.
I'm just saying it's an option. We know what happens. And hey, with how things have been going recently, I either need to keep my distance from the combat as much as possible, or, I'm going to turn back one way or another.
Didn't they say there was any way apart from just going back to him to turn back?
I mean, I just need money. I need 10,000 pieces of gold, and that's a lot of money.
And a way for us to get inside Dragon's Claw, incognito.
I could get in like this. I think us getting back in is not going to be a problem. Apart from you, of course.
That as well. Thank you for reminding me. But I was thinking more turning up with the airship, which we liberated from them.
Get it back out.
Yeah, well, as long as we're doing it legally.
So as you're walking along and you're just about to reach the thing, Bardus the bunkhouse, Bardus turns around and he says to Varric, "Hang on a minute." And he starts kind of pulling on your beard and poking you. "You're saying you're not you?"
Oh, yeah, sorry. Probably should have been honest with you at this point. No, this isn't me. I look like the natives, essentially.
Yeah,
I am a native.
Wait, you're a dragonborn?
Yeah. I'll buy you drinks and tell you about it at some point down the line.
Very hairy dragonborn.
Scales, Lucy, scales.
They did a fucking good job, didn't they?
He did.
But yeah, that costs an arm and a leg.
Literally.
Yes.
I pat Bardus in the back and go find the bunk.
I think that's a good place to leave it for this week, actually.
Yeah.
We travel and roll, our intentions are good. Maybe we find